welcome to Lesson 3, Going Home. Click on the link below for all the lessons, sheet music in my workshop, as well as checking out all the other tunes that I'm getting workshops for. There's a new tune workshop every month. It's all available there on my website. So we're on the second line. We've done line 1 in lessons 1 and 2. Second line starts out the same as lesson 1. Starts out the same as the first line. So the first half of this second line is all review. Except instead of getting to that C from the E, we're getting there from the B, because we ended off lesson 2, the end of the first line, on that B. So that's the only difference. So from easy note transition B to C, I feel like we've done that before. If not, we're just dropping down a pinky, lifting up the other hand, or the other finger there to C. If you're getting there with the doubling, you have to do the G grace note up to C, then the second grace note, the D finger lifts up and down. So that's the only difference. Once we do that B to C, it's all the same until the last 2 bars. Here's where it gets a little funky. And so this where it just gets a little bit different. So we're going to walk through this. It's the same low A, grace note up to B. We have our grip to C if you're choosing to do that grip. If not, just go to C. And instead of going up to E like we did before, that's what we did in line 2, or in lesson 2, line 1. Here's how we're going to end off line 2 here in lesson 3. So we were at that C, we've done low A. So we've done low A, we're at the B, we've done the C, grip if you choose. Then we're going to go back down to B. This time you can get there with a doubling if you wish. If not, you just drop down to B, lift up that pinky finger so you have 2 fingers up. So here's the non-embellished version. So even the non-embellished version, we have 3 low A's in a row, and I'll give you the timing in a moment, the beats on that, but we have 3 low A's in a row. So first low A, separated by the second low A, we're going to do a G grace note, because that's what's written anyway in the sheet music. Just do a G grace note. And then the next embellishment to separate the second and third low A is a burl. Without doing a burl, you could just do a single tap with your pinky. Easy enough. So here's what that would sound like. So just the first, there's a G grace note and then a single tap where that burl is, which we'll talk about in a moment. One more time without embellishments, then we'll talk about beats. And I made a mistake. I just want to throw that burl in there so soon. I kind of like to play a burl and then let that really long note sit. So I'm trying to break that habit here for the workshop. So let me do that again. That burl or that finger tap doesn't come right away. First is the G grace note, followed by the finger tap. So one more time here for you. Yeah, nailed it. So you hit that low A for a beat, you do the G grace note, you have 3 full beats, and then you do the finger tap, and then you have another 3 full beats. So that's the beats in that last bar. In the bar before the end, it really is the same as the second last bar in line 1 as well, just different notes. So we have quarter note, so that's a note with 1 stick coming down. That gets 2 beats on that B, B, C. That C gets 1 beat, it's an 8th note, it's got that little funny tail thing coming off it as well. B, C, B, B quarter note gets another 2 beats. B, C, B, A, A. So that first A, it's 8th note, it gets 1 beat. Then the last bar, 2 A's, each a dotted quarter note. There's a dot beside that note, and it's a quarter note, it's a dotted quarter note. Each of those gets 3 beats. And that's not always the case. That's just the case in 6/8 timing, which this tune is. So that's the beats. And let's talk about embellishments. Just new stuff we haven't done before, B doubling and a burl. Low G strike and grace note C grip. We've done that already. So you're old hat at that. So the first part's the same. So that's where it gets different. We've done the same. We've done that before. G grace note up to B, grip up to C if you're choosing to do the grip. And then from C to B, we're doing a B doubling. So we have to drop down, lift the G grace note finger to drop down to B. G grace note finger comes down. Then the D grace note finger comes up and down right afterwards. And then we have our low G strike to low A. We've done that once before. Just hit that low G very briefly, and then pinky finger comes up. Again, that's a good one to practice to develop your pinky finger, even if you're not getting it perfect. So after we hit that low A for 1 beat, we do a G grace note. We have 3 beats. Then we do a burl. Then we have 3 beats. So what the heck is a burl, you're asking? So a burl, we have to swipe down across the hole and then back up across the hole. If that's too tricky, you could do the double tap. So the first version. So we're sliding across the hole and pulling back up over the hole. So if your finger is a little slippery with some forehead wax or some ear wax, that can help it slide on the chanter a bit. And it becomes a bit of practice. You don't want to try sliding so far that you have to slide back again. You want to just slide just far enough that you hear that low G, you hear that A sound, but really your pinky's probably a little bit on the hole, but it's off the hole enough that you hear the low A sound, and then you swing it right back. And even I sometimes curling it on the way back can help you be a little bit quicker. And my whole hand kind of does this rotation thing as I do that burl as well. It's pivoting on these fingers. These fingers aren't sliding, but they're kind of rotating on the spot. So that extra little rotation at the wrist gives my pinky a little bit of speed and strength with that burl. If the sliding thing just isn't working for you, you can do the double tap. The double tap, you cover, you up, you cover, you're up. And that's the double tap. You go as quick as you can. If you can't be quite quick enough with the double tap, and it depends on the tune. This being a slower tune and an A to an A, you could probably do the double tap. If you're struggling, keeping it fast, just do the single tap. It still sounds okay, and it still separates those notes sufficiently. So those are the options for the burl. So I'll just play through line 2. Oh, my computer wants to go to sleep. Not yet. I'll play through line 2 and click on the link below if you want to look at this workshop or other workshops I got. They all start out with a few free lessons just to get going on the tune. And I really, if you want to, purchase the lesson, amazing, but I really do try to give enough in the first 3 lessons that if you can't afford the lesson, you feel like you got enough of a footing that you can continue the tune on your own. So I do try to do that, but certainly if you want the note by note walkthrough of the entire tune, yes, the workshop is available in the link below, as well as workshops for many other tunes as well. So here's line 2, no embellishments, and then embellishments. And thanks so much for joining me for these first 3 lessons of the workshop. Can't wait to see you in lesson 4 and beyond. All right, here we go. Line 2. And here's the embellished version, line 2. Can't wait to see you in lesson 4!